Hi there, this is Tina. If you remember last week, I did a video on Bodacious Blooms, the hot off the press template that you can get on paperwishes.com, and I was exploring the possibilities with this. Well, in that exploration, I had come up with this ball gown and this ball gown, and some people asked me to show them how to draw it. So, let's if I leave the blank paper there. And let's see if I can stay in frame. What we're going to do is draw this one first. And if this runs too long, I will go and do the other on a different video. Okay, I'm using this leaf. I cut this to a regular A2 size card, 4.25 by 5.5. There we go. And I'm going to center this leaf. It's called scalloped leaf. And yes, I am using pencil, and I'll be using a lot of eraser because I need to do it from the bottom side up so I can make sure it's even. And then I'm going to just move this one on over here. And put it on. And I think I had them tipped in a little bit more, but that won't matter. I'll get it. And put this one on. Yeah, my big fat hand's in your way. All I'm doing is tracing around the inside of the scalloped leaf. So then I'm going to bring the dress in by tipping it in a little bit. You see the flowers, how it's tipped in, or that leaf. And I'm going to just trace around it again. And I know it looks like a big mess right now. And I'm going to be doing this one also on this side. Now, I don't like the bottom with just the 3 on there, so I'm going to slip in another one right here. And another one over here. Now, if you notice on this dress, there's a repeating pattern going up. First of all, let me erase most of these lines. Well, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to get ahead of myself. I am going to use this for the top of the bodice, this Lindy center of the flower, okay, and just draw along there. And then I'm going to try and meet it down here, and this is a lot longer bodice than the other one was. And this woman has a very nice waist. Sorry, I'm going to turn it so I can get a little bit more of a curve out there. That's when the eraser comes back in. Ah, good. At least I'm mostly in frame. Okay. So what I ended up doing, and I actually put this down here also for the bodice, for the bottom. Now we can start erasing some. Actually, I could move that over a little bit to the left. And yes, I'm a perfectionist. I'm sorry. I try not to be. But anyways, as you notice, I'm using these templates because I can't draw worth a lick. Or at least hardly at all. Okay, I'm going to bring the eraser in and erase the stuff that would normally be behind. And whoops, let's get that up into frame. I'm sorry. Erase the stuff that normally would be behind in the dress. Okay, except that was the wrong line. Oh, and I actually put a center one in here. It's been a while, a whole week. So I'm going to put this center one in, and that will cover up some of those areas right in the center there. And we've got this going on down. There we go. That looks a little better. All right. Still in frame? Yep. Now I'm going to get rid of some of these lines. And I'm going to continue looking at my picture, which I've got over here, and get rid of this because I knew I had something in the center there. And this one is basically in the front. Okay. And then I took the same leaf in frame. Nope. Here we go. I took the same leaf, just raised it up a little bit from the line and tried to line it up, and did the same image all along the bottom. So that puts the design on the bottom. And then I did the same thing up here. Tried to match the way I had it originally drawing. And I'm going to slip this down here because I erased a little bit too much, even though there's some extra lines still, and slip that up a little bit. And then slide this over here and get this one. Never be afraid to use the eraser. Okay, you're seeing this pattern emerge, right? And I see that I did some other things here too. Actually, I just changed the bottom of this. So, I used the wrong bottom. I had used this for the top. I went underneath here. This other flower, this is called Matilda, and put in a little design on the bodice. And then I put it down below. I'm going to leave the extra one that I had on there from, I think it was the Lindy one. Yes, it was. And we're just going to add this little design just to give her a little frou-frou. Alright. And obviously I do not have it. I'm not doing as carefully as I was doing it before. So now I can leave it like this, or I can actually, am I in frame? Sorry. I can actually draw lines down to here, so I'm actually changing the dress a little bit from what I had. I'm going to turn it so I can work a little better. I like that. And then with these, if you can see, all I did was follow these corners. I'm going to erase this little guy and move it up as best as I can in line so that we have a nice swoop in the fold of her dress. And I keep on saying her, but actually I liked it like that. There we go. And then we have these coming up. And I just repeated that throughout the whole dress. So we're going to erase that extra line, bring her dress fold up. Yeah, I know. You're supposed to be bold and follow the lines without going herky-jerky like I'm doing. Okay, let's make sure we have this in frame, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing without my hand being in the way. I'm just going to carry those lines up again, and here. This should be a little bit stronger than it is, and this line should not be there. Okay, and then all we have is this one last part over here where we bring the lines up. So there's your completed gown. Let's move it up a little bit different. It's a little bit different from this one because I used the top from the other one accidentally. But I like it. I really do. Now, if you remember correctly, well, I did the same thing with the other, as you can see, I just took the pointed leaf for the center ones down here, and instead of doing it twice, I did it 2 or 3 times, repeated the pattern, pulling it up. And then I used this curly leaf over on the sides and flipped it over so the leaf was curling the other way over here. And then just pulled the bodice from that Lindy up here and down there. Really simple. And then I just drew the lines in the way I thought it would be. Again, I just pulled the leaf pattern up. I'll do it on this one. I pulled the leaf, we drew the original leaf here, I pulled it up, traced it, pulled it up, traced it, and as you can see, there's a lot of erase lines on these. Now, I also mentioned that I was going to make stamps out of them, and I did. Love these dresses, these gowns. Now what's really funny is when I was carving these, after I did the video, I was on a HOA, a Hangout on the Air in the Crafters community. Again, that's KRAAFTERS, community with a K. We were playing, and I was carving this stamp out and twisting it around, twisting around. So here's the ball gown. There's a flower. And somebody actually sent me a picture of one of the ladies actually sent me a picture of the blooming fall artichoke, and you wouldn't believe how much this resembles this. I posted the pictures on the community, and they came up with a whole list of things that these could be used for. Blooming fall artichoke, obviously the gowns. How about a chandelier? You got the chandelier hanging here, and you draw a light. Or a sconce, a candle holder. You have the candle up on the top. Or a corner embellishment. And I actually was stamping out some of these this morning to play, and I'm not doing good. Here we go. These are, that's the corner one. Excuse me, that's the pointy one for the corner, and obviously I didn't line it up like I should have. And there's the curved one as a corner. And then I just went around the whole thing with the pointy one, which I thought was pretty cool effect. And of course, this is what the gowns look like stamped out. There's the pointy one, and there's the curved one. We also had somebody suggest that this looks very Celtic, and that we could just, whoops, put it and fan it out all the way around. Obviously, we'd have to make a mask, but I think that'd be a gorgeous design. Let's see what else. Somebody said a bell. Can you see this as a bell? I certainly can. And then we had a suggestion for a fan. You know, mask this off, put it around, and then I just think it would be just a gorgeous background stamp altogether. So thank you, Paper Wishes. Then I had said that I didn't get to everything I had wanted to when I was looking at this. I cut out a Matilda stamp, Matilda flower, and used most of one of the leaves to create, that would help, a feather. Then we had another impromptu hangout on the air the other night. Please come join the community. It's wonderful. It's on Google+. And I was just, when I make cards, I tend to run around the room, so I was trying to figure out something to do. So I used a Spellbinder circle die and started laying the pointy leaf right there all around the outside, used the curvy leaf all around the inside, then used the Matilda center, flower center right there. That looks even, actually you see better there. The Matilda center and the Molly center. That's the Matilda center and that's the Molly center. And I just went over this with pen and erased my pencil marks, and what I'm going to try to do is, for the very first time, actually do some Zentangle. Now, I hope this has been helpful to you. Just ask any questions you'd like. If you can think of other uses for this, it's just a great template. I really love Paper Wishes and hot off the press with their designs. So thank you again, Hot Off the Press and Paper Wishes for paperwishes.com for making great products. And please, if you like this video, hopefully I had most stuff in frame, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. You have a great day.